My name is Philip Vaughn. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, the south side of Charlotte, North Carolina. I was born in Charleston, South Carolina, and was born at Medical University of South Carolina, and I was adopted from the hospital there. My mother was 17 years old. She had just finished high school. She got pregnant. My birth father got her pregnant and another lady pregnant at the same time. And she had me there, but they had a connection with Medical University, so they used their doctors, their OB doctors and OBGYNs to give birth to the babies in the hospital. Usually they were adopted straight out of the hospital, but I was adopted probably a year and a half later, so I went to DSS. So I was there for a while. And then after that, I was adopted and moved to Columbia, South Carolina. My parents adopted me. They had adopted another child, and then they adopted me, and then they had a biological child after that. I didn't know I was adopted, but I knew I looked different than everybody else because I had blonde hair, I was tall, and of course at 10 years old I just went running around through papers like a lot of kids do, and I found some papers and it said adoption, so I didn't really understand what that meant, so I went to my parents and said, hey, I found these papers. What's adoption? And then they had to tell me. They forced to tell me. They didn't really ever tell me. And then my other sister didn't know she was adopted. So that was pretty traumatic, I would say. Things did change a little bit. I didn't feel like I could trust them as much. I felt like they held information or lied to me about it. So yeah, things were different at that point. They were very legalistic in their thinking. And I went to a very legalistic church. It was a lot of do's and don'ts. And then I didn't like that too much, so I kind of rebelled a little bit. But I was so good in sports. I got my worth through sports and athletics. So that was kind of my idol, I would say. Probably when I started owning my faith was when I got started going to FCA probably, and Campus Crusade back then, because I was playing ball, and then, I don't know, it was different. I felt like I got a different relationship and found something different, more of a relationship with Jesus versus, being scared into hell, you're burning fire, you're going to hell kind of thing. It was totally different than that. I had a friend of mine who's a lawyer, and I said, well, I want to find my birth family. And my adoption was a closed adoption. And most adoptions then were closed, so you had no access to the records to be able to find out that you were adopted. I knew I was adopted, but... So anyway, I found this lady who was like helping kids or people find their birth families. And I gave this lady $300, and within a week, she had all the information. First conversation was on the phone when I was living in California. And then I came home for Thanksgiving, and that's when I met her. The initial meeting was good, but she was really excited about it. And then yet, as time went on, she was a little too excited. She wouldn't really leave me alone at all. She was kind of like so excited she couldn't stand it, but it was good, very good. I never met my birth father, but I have a sister, we're the same age. So he got 2 women pregnant at the same time. They induced my birth mother. I was due at Christmas. I would have gone to Christmas, but they induced her so she could have me, so she could go home. And then my half-sister was born January the 4th. So I have a sister we're the same age. And then I have another brother, and my birth mother had a daughter and a son. Yeah, the aspects that kind of got me through all of that were, I felt like from the adoption and all the stuff I went through, that was, it really helped me understand that I don't have to perform. I don't have to, act like I'm this, that, and the other, because Jesus is all you need. He's enough. You don't need all that stuff, all that fluff, because he's what gets you through each day.